One thing that's important to consider about the halt is that it's a movement that you do basically from training level all the way up to the Grand Prix. At training level, if you more or less are straight and you take a few walk steps into and out of the halt, that's okay. At Grand Prix, now you have a whole different level of expectation. The horse needs to be engaged and under, and the transitions need to be more prompt. Hello everyone, I'm Amelia. Thanks for watching. Today we are talking about the halt. I get this question all the time from you guys about how can you tell if your horse is halting square? How can you improve your halt? All of these things. So in this video, I'm going to give you several tips to improve your halt. And one thing that you're going to notice, this is kind of a trick video. I don't know that I would call it clickbait, but the way that you improve your halt is by going back and working on the basics. It's not by fixing it at the halt. So this is Kensington. We're gonna get started here. One thing that's important to consider about the halt is that it's a movement that you do basically from training level all the way up to the Grand Prix. That said, the standard for what you want in your halt when you're at training level is very different for Grand Prix. So at training level, if you more or less are straight and you take a few walk steps into and out of the halt, that's okay. At Grand Prix, now you have a whole different level of expectation. The horse needs to be engaged and under, and the transitions need to be more prompt. So one of the best ways to start working on your halts is actually just by simply working trot-walk-trot transitions. So I'm just going along here and I want my horse to be nice and round on the bit. And before you start working on your halts, you really want to make sure that you can go from walk to trot, maintaining that nice round frame, making sure that your horse doesn't come above the bit. And then same thing for the downward transition, that you can make a nice forward transition to the walk, that your horse is nice and round, and then back up to the trot. So the more engaged and through and round that your horse is in the general work, the better your halt is going to be. If your horse is not really on the contact, not really on the aids, then when you go to the halt, all of that is going to get exacerbated. So step one is really work through these trot-walk-trot transitions until they're just super seamless and fluid and there's no change in your horse's frame. Transition to the walk, good boy, and back up to trot. Then once you have this really good, the next thing that you're going to do is that you're going to make a transition to the walk. You're going to start your halts on the rail and you're just going to try to very slowly, without pulling, pull your tummy in and get your horse to halt. Now you're not going to really worry, he's not perfectly square. You're not going to worry so much about whether your horse is square or not. What you're going to worry about is if they stay round, if they stay straight, and if, that was better, they don't lean into your hands. So when your horse stays supple, when your horse stays through, when you don't have to pull on them to get them to halt, they're way more likely to stand square. It's really hard to feel where your horse's hind legs are and whether or not they're square without actually looking down there and testing that out. So what I really focus on is just that my horse is straight and that there's no more pressure in my hand. Now if you're having a lot of trouble accomplishing this, if I'm doing a bunch of walk-halt walks and I just can't get my horse to stand or he's coming above the bit, you're gonna go back to the trot-walk-trot transitions. So don't fix it in the halt. You wanna fix the connection in your trot-walk-trot transition. So I'm going to go back to the trot and try to fix whatever issue I was having. Like if my horse isn't staying round enough, make him a little bit rounder. Give myself a little break from the halts and then come back to it, because what happens is if you start picking too much at the halt, your horse is going to start fidgeting and getting super nervous and tense about it. So try to fix it somewhere else. Once you have this halt, walk, halt pretty good, then you can start adding in your halt, trot, halt transitions. And again, like at training and first level, you're allowed to take a few walk steps into your halt transition. As you move up the levels, like to second level and above, then you want to get where you can go directly from trot into the halt. That was a few walk steps, but my horse isn't really warmed up. And then close my leg, back to trot. Good boy. So right from trot, halt, boy, close my leg, trot. Good boy, good boy. So just remember that your halt is a reflection of your bigger training issues, and you really want to try to go back and fix those issues somewhere else. Don't try to fix it in the halt, because the more that you mess around with the halt, the worse it gets. Also, start practicing your halts first on the rail before you try them on the center line, and really make the transitions happen from your core and not so much from your hand. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments if it was helpful, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get notified when I post a new video every single Wednesday.